What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Cal here from Buffalo SportsCenter, and it is time for our Week 6 NFL preview. We have the Buffalo Bills taking on the New York Jets in New Jersey on Monday Night Football. The last time we played in New Jersey on Monday Night Football was the season opener last year, and we all remember that game. Josh Allen looked terrible. That walk-off punt return touchdown for the Jets, and the Bills started off 0-1. Let's hope it goes a little better this time than it did last time, but let's just talk about the last game for the Bills. I mean, I could make a 30-minute video on this game. I mean, just what a joke. This team just completely had a meltdown in this game. Again, they looked terrible to start, came all the way back, and then some of the worst coaching and clock management I have ever seen. And again, I always nag on Sean McDermott for having terrible clock management, and this game was the complete reason why Stefon Diggs wanted to leave, right? The Bills showed every ugly side they had. Bad coaching, Josh Allen not being able to hit the deep balls, our other wide receivers just being nobodies. The list goes on, but, Stefon Diggs is sitting on that sideline the entire game going, yep, this is exactly why I wanted out of there. And, man, I don't blame him after watching that game because that was just terrible. I mean, again, the Texans had equally as bad coaching. I mean, going down the field, they could have ran the clock out and kicked the game winner. Instead, they throw the ball twice, get a penalty for intentional grounding, and give the Bills the ball back. Or, I should say they gave the Bills the basketball back, if you heard what Clay Martin said in that game. But just what an absolute joke. The Bills get the ball back. Don't call a fair catch, get it pinned. So now you got to run the ball 3 times up the middle and leave them with no time left. They decide to throw the ball, which I'm fine with on first down, but, man, just zero execution on all 3 of the passes, and then, you're stuck with punting the ball out of your own end zone, and, of course, they end up losing because nobody misses a field goal against the Bills. It just doesn't happen. So, an absolute joke. Sean McDermott should be ashamed of himself. Same thing with Joe Brady. Again, I don't know who's to blame there. Who's controlling who, I don't know. But just what a joke. Again, Josh Allen looked terrible the entire game. Just still refuses to run when he's got a little bit of an opening there. Had a couple nice runs, but he's just got to be Superman every game because the receivers do not get open. And Joe Brady continuously has to run gimmick plays because there's no receivers on this team, right? I mean, how many plays do we see, just quick screen out wide? And again, that stuff works with a normal team, but with a team that literally runs like 5 or 6 regular plays a game, nobody's going to get fooled by that. And it's just, it's shameful that a team that was so talented a couple of years ago had some of the best receivers in the league, Cole Beasley, John Brown, Stefon Diggs, the list goes on, has nobody now. I mean, Mac Hollins, was your leading receiver last game. And again, he dropped 2 balls. One of them he definitely should have had. The other one was thrown way behind him, so I get it. But again, a mix between Allen looking terrible and the receivers on this team, you're never going to win. Again, Allen's going to have to be Superman every game unless that defense, literally shuts out the other team. And I thought the defense looked great. I mean, again, the defense is down. Ed Oliver that game. Of course, you're going to be down Matt Milano for a majority of the season. Von Miller's out that game. And again, Taylor Rapp. And again, this defense, they started off rough, but then they shut out the Texans, for most of the second half and got those 2 clutch turnovers and set the Bills up for a perfect scenario. Again, you look at bad coaching. Oh my goodness. I mean, the Bills get the ball back. Mitch Trubisky has to do the first down play. And they just do a run right up the middle. Like, that's clearly expected. You're going to lose a couple yards. And, you're just wasting first down. So then you trot Josh Allen back on the field, who's clearly not right. You got 2 plays to get the ball in the end zone. And they just, just terrible play calling. Joe Brady seems to like that routine where he does a run to the right, then he flips it, run to the left, and then you're left with like a 3rd and 8, and Josh Allen and a clear throw has no options because they're, the defense is looking for a short to moderate throw. And if it's a deep ball, our receivers aren't going to catch it anyway. It's just, this team does not catch footballs, and I'm getting tired of it. You watch other games, these guys are making one-finger catches, diving catches, all that. Heck, I even see some defenses making diving picks and one-handed catches. Our receivers can't even catch the ball when it hits them in their 2 hands. Marquez Valdez-Scantling on that big 3rd down later in the game has that curl route. I don't know why he's the one running that route, because that's the hot route. That's the one that's going to have a chance to get the first down. Why he is a guy who has a history of not catching the ball is just a joke. But he makes that curl route, right? Sticks it with his hands, and then he just isn't able to make the catch because the defender's draped on him. But like a good wide receiver makes that catch. Like there's no doubt about it. So, man, it's just frustrating to watch this team. Again, they're set up pretty good. This defense is really good, and when healthy later in the year, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with. I mean, I'm just, man, it's just so shameful that this offense has nothing, just gives nothing each and every game. And there's been a couple of games where they've scored, right? The Jags game you could look at, the Cardinals game, they got back into it. But again, when you're playing a good defense, this offense just has nothing. But now let's move on over to the Jets side of things. Again, the Jets, man, they looked bad last week for the first half of that game, but then they showed just exactly why us Bills fans should be a little bit scared of the Jets. Now, again, that, like I said, that first half was pretty rough, but the Jets offense got going in that second half. And again, Aaron Rodgers, he's not going to be the best quarterback in the league this year, but if he can make one guy miss each big play, each third down, if he can make that one defender miss, he's still got the arm to do it, and I've even seen him take off a couple times this year. He's still got it, right? Aaron Rodgers is anything but washed. So, if you're a Bills fan, don't rule out the Jets to win this division just yet, especially with how the Bills have looked so far this season. The Dolphins, yeah, fine, write them off. The Patriots, yeah, fine, write them off. But the Jets are that one team that they have the talent. It's just they haven't got things clicking yet, and their defense is really, really good. And the way the Bills' offense is playing this year, I can see the Bills' offense putting up, single-digit points this week in the worst-case scenario. So, the Bills have to look good on defense. They cannot let Aaron Rodgers get rolling, because this very well could be a low-scoring game. But for that, be sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe, and let's check out what our BSC panel has to say about this game.
But see how open that area is? You could do that here if you wanted to, and then defenses will have to change because of it.
2nd and 5, and it's caught by Shakir. Shakir with Whitehead trying to cut off the angle. Shakir still going. Touchdown, Buffalo. What a move. Wow. 81 yards.